Okay, hi, it's Dr. Buford here. We're just getting started on the left shoulder. We're looking in from the back to the front. Everything that you see is magnified 30 or 40 times on the screen, and we're just getting our first look inside the shoulder. I should say that we examined your shoulder before we started, and I didn't appreciate any significant dislocation capability, both anterior or posterior, so I could not get your shoulder to dislocate, which is a good sign. It was a sign that in general the ligaments are intact. And now as we look inside, we can see exactly where that area was that was concerning on the MRI scan. You see a little bit of fraying up here in the front, but more importantly, I think for me, is to identify what we see here in terms of your anatomy. I'm going to pull back on that one gray cannula, and what we see here is this structure. Give me a probe or a crescent suture hook, or a crescent crochet hook is what I'm trying to say. Thanks. So we put in a crochet hook. This structure here is your middle glenohumeral ligament, or MGL, and it doesn't normally insert into the base of the biceps. This right here is your biceps tendon, so you can see how it looks like you've got two biceps tendons almost, but this is really the middle glenohumeral ligament. This is the biceps tendon. This looks kind of like a cord, and down here we can see the labrum in the front of the shoulder, but right here the labrum kind of stops where this little trauma happened, and so you've got no labrum here. You've got a cord-like middle glenohumeral ligament. I'm trying to get the cannula back in for you. There we go. And then you've got this ligament that inserts into the base of the biceps. The combination of those anatomical findings can be a normal variant. It's called a Buford complex because it's something I described with some colleagues many, many years ago. And although in many people it's a silent anatomical variant, in some athletes like you, it can cause symptoms that just won't get better despite months and months of rehab and rest and therapy. So the rest of the story here for you is look what happens when we tug on the biceps. This whole thing arches off, and we were able to demonstrate that dynamically. So this whole thing arches off, and it leads to a potentially unstable biceps anchor. Now when we look down at the area that we call the slap lesion area, the cartilage here actually still looks pretty good. Okay. The cartilage still looks pretty good all the way around the top. And see, the issue is that if we're going to get this to heal down in this area and be stable, we've got to remove some of this cartilage right here. If we leave that cartilage, this won't heal. You can see it's sitting there right now, and it's not stuck to the cartilage because it won't heal to it. So what we're going to do now, in order to make that happen, is first get some cannulas back in, and then we're going to use an instrument called a shaver just to gently, hold the camera there please, just to gently roughen up the cartilage here. So here's our shaver. We'd like to drop down right in front of the biceps right here. Hold the camera there. And so we're going to get to work right about here. We'll show you when we're done, but you can see where we're going to be shaving is right here. Okay, I just wanted to show you what I think is important to get, if we're going to do a slab repair inside the joint, I think this is an important step to get it to heal. You can see if we push in with the scope that we've exposed the subchondral bone there because that's where the healing is going to occur. And now we're just using our shaver to make sure we've cleaned everything off and there's no loose cartilage. And so that's what we've done. We've exposed the subchondral bone. Doesn't have to be a ton, but enough, as you see there, enough to have a healing surface. Push in a little bit. Yep. So I think that's good. Now when I let go of the labrum, see how it pops back? But now underneath, we know that it's going to heal. Okay? Pause. I got it. Okay, so now what we've done is we've placed a double-loaded anchor right on the edge of the cartilage. See where that is? And we're going to pass some of these sutures through the base of the biceps to secure this. So there's lots of ways to fix a slap lesion. This is a way, in this situation, when it's combined with a Buford complex, that I think is a nice way to do it that doesn't really run as much risk of over-constraining the shoulder so you can still throw. So I'm going to take out that suture, and I'm going to take out that suture. Okay, and so now you can see how the sutures are aligned. I'm going to pass a relay through the base of the biceps right here, and I'll show you how we do that in just a minute. Okay, so here's our suture hook. It's loaded with a black wire called a super shuttle. That's going to be level about like that. And this is an old school one, so this truly is a shuttle relay, not a super shuttle. So we'll go ahead and pass this right through the base of the biceps tendon. So I want the tip to come out right about here, which means we're going to go in somewhere right about here. And we'll work this through and show you some more in just a minute. Okay, so here you can see the first knot we've tied. See how we tuck it behind the biceps tendon. And now we're just going to cut the suture tails right there. Okay, so that's the first one. We're not going to stop there because we want to provide a little bit more stability, but already you can see how that's not pulling away from the bone. And that's our goal here, is just to get this biceps anchor to heal right down there and have that be stable. So I'm happy with the way that looks so far. We still have this black and white suture yet to tie. So we're going to get this one tied here in just a minute. Okay, we're pretty much done. We're just doing some little fine tuning now. But we've got both sutures tied. We're just making sure there's no cartilage that's loose. Trying to make things look nice and polished. And what we see here is the biceps tendon. We see we've got our two sutures. There's no knots or anything else on the cartilage surface or on the joint surface. And when we tug on the biceps, that now looks a lot more stable, and hopefully we'll get that to heal. Okay, we haven't touched the middle glenohumeral ligament here, okay? And our knots are tucked nicely behind the biceps, as you see there. You see how our knots are tucked behind the tendon here, okay? So they shouldn't cause any problems. Rotator cuff looks great. So I'm very happy with the way that looks. Let's go ahead and push in the, hold the scope. And we're just going to hold the shaver now. We're just going to rotate and look towards the back of the shoulder and confirm that this anatomy looks good, and it sure does. Glenoid and labrum looks solid. Humeral head up above looks nice and smooth. No significant bone loss anywhere. No labral detachment anterior. And so I think we're done. So this is going to be the end of the video. We're going to get you back to the recovery room in just a few minutes, okay? Good luck to you now. Bye-bye.